All right, well, today we're gonna try and tackle what I hope is a fairly basic thing with the lathe. You have the platter here. This is the this is the main ring for the platter. It weighs about 65 pounds. It's iron, steel. It's very heavy, and as you can see, it's very, very dirty also. It's got years of corrosion here from people putting their hands on it to spin that platter up to speed. And if those people were smokers, then you even got transfer of more junk onto it there. So I've been doing a little bit of reading about how to get rust off of stuff like this, and the first thing I'm going to try is a mixture of salt and white vinegar made into a paste and put on here and see if this will pull this stuff off. Okay, well, I've got this paste made up. It's salt and white vinegar. It says to smear it on here, so let's see how this goes. I'm gonna rub this on here, and then you're supposed to let it sit, and we'll see if the stuff starts to come off. So while I'm sitting around waiting for this vinegar and salt solution to seep into this metal and see if it gets the rust off, I'm gonna start trying to track down some of the wiring that's on the inside of the lathe. Go for some easy wiring discoveries. So you have the button here that says chip removal, and you see the wire come down here, and it goes into a bundle, and then this is where the variac was at. So I've already tested the continuity. These two that are bundled together right here both go to the switch. You have these other two wires here. I followed this added modified wire. You can see the wonderful electrical tape there, and then that comes back to this kind of mess down here. We'll track this down and see if there's continuity going to these wires. Well, here's the result of the first round of rust removal on the platter. As you can see, it's way better. I'd still like to get it, even a little bit cleaner. So maybe we'll try something else or try and find a way to polish it. But yeah, by and large, you got all that nasty, oxidation from people's hands off of the bottom of the platter. Hey, it's Clint from Made Music. We're working on this AM32b lathe again. The next task I have decided to take on was polishing the upper part of the platter. Now the platter's two pieces. There's a big steel ring that gives it a lot of the mass, and then there's the secondary vacuum platter that goes on top, and that's made out of aluminum. So over time it's become very dirty and very corroded. So we've watched some videos about cleaning aluminum wheels and stuff like that. So we have some products that we're gonna use to try and clean up this platter. And as you can see, a lot of oxidation coming off of it. And yeah, we're looking forward to seeing that this is, shine it up a little bit. So basically, this is what we're doing. Well, we're back here in the warehouse again, still working on this platter. I have been digging junk out of this thing this is day number 3, but you can see it's looking pretty good. There's a lot of different polish. Now I'm trying to get into all these little individual spots and look at how much junk is in here, and that is some serious goo. And we're gonna try and get as much of that out as possible. Hey, it's Clint from Made Music. We're working on this AM32b lathe. Spent 3.5 days of elbow grease working on this platter. You can see it's looking pretty good. I did it all very with polishing pads and tried not to take any metal off of this because we don't want to changed it. We just wanted to clean it and get the corrosion off of it. And I'm thinking it turned out pretty good. And then here we have the steel base ring for the lathe, and this was pretty crusty on the exterior here. It's still, you know, it's still got some corrosion or whatever on it, but you know, the steel has this weird almost layering, this texture to it. I'm trying to figure a way to get in these tiny grooves and clean the dirt out. I thought about steam cleaning it, but I don't want to pull the paint off because this would be pretty tedious repainting all this. But you can see some of the paint has you know, flaked off or chipped off or been rubbed off over time. You know, these lathes, a lot of people grab it, buy this platter to get the platter spinning at the beginning of a cut because the motor that starts the platter spinning on the lathe itself takes forever, and it's easier just to spin it up to speed by hand.